All right, so you're at least mildly intrigued by This is Bracket Racing Elite, and you're probably wondering, okay, if I make this commitment and to this monthly fee, what do I get out of it? How does it work? And I've spent a lot of time over the last 2 years trying to articulate exactly what is involved and what is included within This is Bracket Racing Elite, and I've come to this realization. It's a lot easier to illustrate than it is to articulate. So, what I'm going to do is take a little brief walkthrough and give you an example and a little bit of insight as to what it's like to be a This is Bracket Racing Elite member. All right, you ready for this? Let's start on thisisbracketracing.com. Members have access to every single resource, every single training that has ever been developed for This is Bracket Racing or This is Bracket Racing Elite here within our Elite directory. Quick walkthrough. We break it into sections. So basics. There are like 15 different tutorials, trainings available under the basics section. Some of them are video, some of them are written. You have access to all of them. There's nearly 20 in the reaction time section. There's 20 plus in finish line. Superclass racing's a bunch. The business of drag racing, the mental game, which is probably our most common, most popular portion. All combined, you have over 300 training resources at your fingertips. Now, if that sounds a little bit overwhelming, look, I get it. But keep in mind, Kevin and I, this is what we do for a living. We can help. We take specifically all new members and say, okay, look, what is it that you're working on right now? Okay, here are a handful of trainings that will help you get started. And then we can slowly work our way through as many of these training resources as may be applicable to you. Just as an example, let's say that you're looking through and you go, okay, well, I'm interested in the business of drag racing. Let's see what Luke has to say about racing for a living. You just click that video. You can blow it up to full screen if you like. And whoa, that's a lot of me right there. Let's exit that. And you can blow that up and watch that in its entirety. You can watch it as often as you like. You can watch it as many times as you like. That's what's available on thisisbracketracing.com alone. But that is just the beginning of This is Bracket Racing Elite. The coolest part of Elite is access to our exclusive Facebook community. This is the This is Bracket Racing Elite Facebook page. A quick scroll through here gives a little bit of an idea of what you can expect within This is Bracket Racing Elite. Today our news feed looks like it's a little bit KB heavy. Looks like I need to get to work here, but you see a little bit of the interaction among group members as well as some of the trainings and things like that that we offer within the group. Now, within the Facebook community, we have updated training resources, updated material every single week. These are highlighted by new training videos. This week's is actually from Kevin. His topic this week is he's in the unique position of being able to take a dragster and or a door car anywhere he goes, and he kind of walks through the advantages and disadvantages of running one versus the other and how his mindset changes between the two. In addition to our regular trainings, which are typically video, we do live chats at least once a month. This is footage from our last live chat or one of our recent live chats back in September. And these are just an opportunity to connect the members with myself or with Kevin in a bit of an interactive format. That's a little bit confusing in it, like I'm talking in two windows right there, so I'm going to pause that. But you get the idea here, direct back and forth between Kevin and myself and all of the members of This is Bracket Racing Elite. And within these, like, there is nothing off limits. It's kind of crazy, the paths that we can go down within these live discussions. One of our recent updates on This is Bracket Racing Elite is the introduction of some long form interviews. Our most recent here is with Troy Coughlin Jr. and we went down a lot of different roads with TJ. He's a fascinating dude, and these interviews can take up to an hour, getting into all sorts of aspects of what makes these drivers great. And in addition to Troy Jr., we have welcomed Tommy Phillips on these interviews. We have spoken with Peter Biondo in these interviews. We've spoken with John Kyle of APD. there's been several more. Austin Williams, a handful more, and several more to come. So those are super interesting and extremely valuable to me personally, in addition to our members. And then relatively recently, we actually established a subgroup within This is Bracket Racing Elite that we call the Superclass Focus. And this is basically all the same stuff that you just saw on This is Bracket Racing Elite, but in a page that is dedicated exclusively to competition in the 90 classes: Super Comp, Super Gas, Super Street. Within this page, we've got trainings and discussion that, again, just centers around competition in those specific categories. And it's all available to members of This is Bracket Racing Elite. What we've shown you today is absolutely just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much information, and there's so many great racers and racing minds within the community, way beyond Kevin and myself. You probably saw a few of the names of our well over 100 members of This is Bracket Racing Elite. In addition to all of the content and all of the resources that you just saw, This is Bracket Racing Elite members get 10% off any product that we offer within Luke Bogacki Motorsports. So that's APD products, that's BTE products, that's Autometer products, and more, plus similar discounts from partnering companies like Portatree, like BeyondoRacing.com. So that is a quick glimpse at what you can expect within This is Bracket Racing Elite and our membership community. If you are an open-minded racer in search of becoming the best version of yourself on the racetrack, we would welcome you to the group. I hope to see you soon on the inside.